while we keep reading statistics about lack of employment opportunities in India, unemployment going high, any guy, whether in government service, private service, in self-employment, is always on the lookout for good people. So you understand that dichotomy. For a very long time, profit making was always separate from social enterprise. So corporates were looking at extreme high return on yield, and social enterprise was always left to the like of governments and some NGOs to take care of their job. What has COVID done for us? It is a status change for us. Without this kind of a shock in the industry and social life, none of us would have been receptive to any of the changes or ideas which will take us a little pain to achieve. So first of all, it's a best opportunity for us to reorganize our social life, family life, work life. The entire work-life balance has been reset, and all of us have learned how to work from home. Now it is time for us to expand on the same theory. Everybody, including me, would be happy to work out of my hometown. The reason I could not do it was two. One, lack of technology, where I could perform to the best of my ability sitting out of Ranchi instead of in Bombay. Second, there were never opportunities given to people if you are not in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Calcutta. COVID has taught us that using technology, using broadband connectivity, people can work remotely. For a new age bank like us, we got our licenses in the end of December. By the time we had people on was June 2019, so just about a year back. So for us, it was the best thing which could have happened, because for us, it has set our path right, that instead of going on a capital extensive model of opening 500, 1000, 2000 branches and 15,000, 20,000 ATMs, we have been necessitated due to COVID to learn how to use technology better. Banking as a service was essential, and people banks all the branches that we have around 7 branches now. They have been functional. How could we do it? Bulk of the staff was sitting remotely, using technology to do it. It's time for us now to use the learnings and what we have learned in the last 3 months in the field, which is, it is not necessary for people to be working in the office space that we define to be working. A guy with a laptop or a computer or a smartphone, which is secured, of course, wherever he's sitting becomes the office. And hence now we are looking at SBM Bank present at over 1 million touch points, while physically present only in 7 to 10 locations. That's the objective that now we are going at. Now to do that, there are a couple of imperative items. First, of course, technology. But more importantly, skill development of the 1 million touch points I am looking at. These 1 million touch points traditionally have been a jeweler shop, have been a kirana store. So for them, the service requirement that a bank will have, and when I say bank, let me include banking and other financial services. It could be insurance, it could be sale of mutual funds, it could be any of these services. And to reach the 1 million touch points, it is very, very important that a skill development exercise is undertaken comprehensively. Social development has to go hand in hand with enterprise building. No longer it is possible that somebody else is killing 1 million people and I'm looking at tapping and scrutinizing and approving a few of them. It is as much a job of the enterprise now to do skill development as it was traditionally the government. So hence the corporates need to come together with, especially the banking services and the financial services, have to come together with institutions and probably look at funding some of the technology initiatives using the CSR fund. Government has to come in much more holistically about simplifying certain regulations. On one hand, government is pushing all of us to spend 2% on CSR. Government has come out with an entire program of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, when you're talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, manufacturing is not the only sector. BFSI is equally almost a good 25-30% of the economy. That has to go hand in hand, and to do that, if government is doing certain guarantees, government is doing a lot of financial enabling, up from the reduction in the SLR requirements, certain capital charge on the assets that we do. This has to be a asset that a corporate is spending in, that a bank is spending in. Because end of the day, the return on this is going to be exponential. There is the entire train waiting to travel the journey. And to get the rails right, the building blocks are skill development. So, summarizing, one, skill development need not be focused only on certain manufacturing sectors. The scope has to be expanded. Second, industry has to come together with government to do this, because it is no longer a fashionable or CSR activity. It is a requirement for the industry to generate higher ROCE. And most importantly, thirdly, due to this COVID, this entire PPT which I could have made is now very easily understandable to everyone, because all of us are living it. All of us are together here from different parts, understanding how technology works, how AR VR works. So this is no better time to do a step change than today.